Welcome to another Teach Me Wednesday. So you guys voted on the community page for me to play some of my favourite Jimi Hendrix riffs. So that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my faithful Gibson. You what? He doesn't use a Gibson. You told me to use the Gibson. I'm going to use my 50th anniversary Strat that I bought in 2004. I remember when I first bought this, my guitar teacher said, "I'm so glad you bought a decent guitar because your other guitar made you sound like." Thanks for your honesty. I think I discovered Jimi Hendrix through listening to Red Hot Chili Peppers. I was learning Under the Bridge and I was thinking, this is such a cool style, and then someone recommended that I check out Jimi Hendrix, who obviously John Frusciante was influenced by, and I was just blown away. The bad thing is, there's just not enough music to learn from Jimi Hendrix. Unfortunately, he passed away. I think he choked on his own vomit. It's the only way to go as a rock star, I suppose. So Jimi Hendrix completely changed the way that people looked at the guitar. No one else was playing the way he did. No one else used this thumb the way he did. No one played like him. No one played left-handed and upside down. I suppose they're not really riffs, but I'm going to be going through The Wind Cries Mary, Little Wing and Hey Joe. I'm going to go through the cool parts that really grab you and teach you how to play them. Right, let's look at The Wind Cries Mary. So you first of all want to bar the 6th fret with your first finger. Then add your 3rd finger to the D string on the 8th fret. Underneath, put your little finger on the 8th fret on the G string. And there's your chord. You want to play the top 4 strings. And we're going to go up chromatically. The next bit, you want to leave your first finger on the 8th fret. And you're going to hammer on with your 3rd finger to the 10th fret. Like this. Just play these 2 strings, A and D. Then go up chromatically with that same little lick. And you can put in some palm mutes and things. So, that riff slowly. Okay, on to the next chord part. So this is like the verse chord part. So you're going to be playing a C, but you can be using the Jimi Hendrix method of putting your thumb on the top bass note on the 8th fret. Then you put the 3rd finger on the D string on the 10th fret. And your 2nd finger on the 9th fret of the G string. And underneath you want a bar on the, the 8th fret. So you're creating a C chord. Similar to this bar chord. So Jimi Hendrix uses this a lot so he can free up his fingers. Right, so we're going to play then stab, bass note, then stab, then go down chromatically with your thumb. Then the same chord again, but add your little finger onto the 8th fret underneath, making a 6th note. So then you're going to move your thumb down to the 1st fret. So the same shape as up here. But this time you're going to take off your second finger on the G string and make this kind of cool little lick. Bass, play down, bass, hammer on, hammer on. I hope you guys are understanding. This is my first time doing a lesson. Let me know how I'm getting on. So here we go, together. Now this time you're going to play the C. Instead of up here with the crazy Jimi Hendrix chord, you're going to play it down here like a bar chord. So you're going to play the C on the 3rd fret, which is the 3rd fret on the A string, sorry. And then you want to bar all of the 5th fret from the G string down. Then you're going to hammer on to the 5th fret on the A. Then underneath do the hammer on to the 3rd to the 5th as well. So then back to the F again. And that same kind of lick that we played before the first time round. So let's put those together. Next part. And then finally, this is quite nice, it's a bit easier. So using that same C bar chord, no licks here, just root note and then a little stab. Then chromatically down 2 frets with your little finger. Then chromatically down with your 1st finger 2 frets. So you're playing the same kind of chord. Back to that F again. Now this is the cool part. You want to keep where you are, this kind of shape, and you're going to slide up to the 5th fret. Then you're going to go. So your little finger's then going to hammer onto the 5th fret on the B string to create that little riff there. Then slide up to the 8th fret. Then you want to slide your thumb from the 3rd fret to the 6th fret. Using your little fingers, do that again. Then back to that other riff. So that part all together. I realise I've been saying palm mute, but I mean muffled strings. So, right, this introduction. So you want to hold down gently on the fretboard and then do a down and up stroke. But on the upstroke, you want to catch the 12th fret, the bottom couple of strings. So I do it with my 3rd finger. Have it ready to push down gently. So slowly you want to go open E string, then muffled string down and up. So you're just holding down gently, not pressing any notes. You want to play an open A and hammer on to the 2nd fret. And then play an open G. And then this next part, so, and this part, you want to go your first finger on the 5th fret on the A string, then hammer onto the 7th, then the same again on the string below, but then play the G string as well. So that's slow. Then you want to play that Jimi Hendrix chord again, but you're doing it on the 3rd fret with your thumb, and then play your G chord underneath. So you want to use your little finger and do a hammer on and pull off. And then underneath, you want to then hammer on to the 5th fret next to your 2nd finger. So you're going to do a couple of hammer-ons, one with your little finger onto the 5th fret and one on the G string underneath there. So hammer on here. So slowly. So let's do all those together. I don't know if I've explained this very well, but at least I'm slowing it down for you guys. This is a cool part. So you want to play the 5th fret on the E string. I do a little muffled string thing there. So they're going to go on the A string, you're going to play the 5th, the 7th, then jump to the 5th on the G string, then back to the 7th fret on the A string, so you want to go slowly. Back to the open E string. Then this, you are playing your 1st finger on the 7th fret, your 2nd finger on the 8th fret on the B string, and then you're going to hammer on with your little finger on the 10th fret on the B string. I use upstroke for this. Upstroke then a down. That's not how I play it. Let's look at this next bit. So you want to bar the 7th fret with your 1st finger, and then you're going to go up to the 10th fret of your little finger. Then underneath you want to play the 7th fret on the D string. Then back again to the 7th, sorry. So now we're doing a bit of a minor thing instead of major. So you want to use your little finger underneath. You want to play. So instead of playing a B chord like this, you're playing a B like this. Your thumb on the 7th fret, your 3rd finger on the 9th fret, and then bar the 7th fret. Similar to the major, but without the 3rd, down to a minor 3rd. So you want to go, then use your little finger to go 9, 10. Then you want to do a hammer on the 10th on the B string. So after this you're going down chromatically, so then move your thumb down the semitone. So you want to go down 3 semitones with that riff. Then this is a really cool little lick. So you're going to go 9, 7, 5. So bar the fifth fret with your first finger, and then use your little finger on the 9th fret on the D string, and then go down 9, 7, 5. Then your third finger will be on the 8th fret on the A string, then 7th. Then a hammer on. Then I go, so a little slide thing, 5th to 7th, then back. Then your thumb back on the 3rd. Then you're going to play the Jimi Hendrix major chord again. Then slide it up to the 7th. Then back down to the F. But you got your 6th on the bottom. Then you want to go to C major. When I get to the C, I play like, instead of going to that fret, go to the, stay where you are. So the C, just lift off your 2nd finger and do a little hammer on. Then slide up to the 5th fret. Play that a couple of times. Then you want to bar the 7th fret. So you're going to bar to the 6th on the D string. So you're going to bar the 5th and then hammer on to the 7th. And then do the same thing on the A string, but then hammer on to the 10th. Back to the 7th and then to the 9th. So we've got and that's that. Explained very well. Let's move on to Hey Joe. So you want to put your first finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, and you want to play an open E. Then hammer onto the 5th with your 3rd finger. Then play again the 3rd. So hammer on, 3rd. Then put your 2nd finger on the 4th fret of the G string, and then slide down to 2nd. Then open. Then play the 2nd fret of the D string. Then you want to play an E minor. Then you want to play an E major chord. So you should all know this. If not, so your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret, underneath, put your 3rd finger. Then your other finger will then, but your 1st finger will be on the 1st fret of the G string. So you want to go. Then the next lick, you want to slide up to the 5th fret on the A string. And you're going to play 4ths here. 4th to the 5th. And underneath you want to play your other finger on the 5th fret, so then chromatically, then down to the 2nd. Then you're going to hit your bottom couple of strings. Bottom string, then higher strings. So you want to bar the 7th fret for this, then hammer on to the 9th. So this is a cool little lick. Then play underneath the G and B string. And that's pretty much it. Slow down.